Right, how many they got to shear, team? And it feels like we're throwing a few fleeces over the last few days and shorn a few sheep, but the truth is it all happens up here. I think it's only...
They've got 6 heads. 6 sounds good. I was wondering where the two girls there. I think usually the two girls come up with their guys. Well, what's going on around here?
A lot. The Tui encouragement. We talk about the young Tui lasses. I'm sure they're probably at some rugby ground somewhere in the Super 15 or Super 18 event.
No better place than here in Masterton, Johnny.
They were just a bit worried about the health and safety on a couple of the shearers' movements. Okay, we're ready to go. We've got the green light. We'll set her the light, ladies and gentlemen. The Tui Encouragement Award, Golden Shears. Timekeepers right, judges, competitors, go! Ooh, I just love this one because they fire in all shots. They are big sheep. We have shorn lambs in the past, but these are bag shot ewes, and they'll shear well. We've shorn most of them right throughout this competition. These open shearers, they would have tasted them in the elimination rounds in the quarter and the semi-finals. Let's see how they go. Jack Fagan here on the front stand from Tigawiti. Peter Jackson on over the hill in Palmerston North. Martini Mason, the local lad. You need to hoot and holler him, I tell you. You need to barrack for your locals all night, guys, because they need plenty of support here. Brent Roberts from the deep south, Mataura. Here down the far end, Ethan Pankhurst, he's another Masterton lad. You're doing pretty well from Ratahi. We've got Turahui Edmonds coming over the shoulder. Who's the quickest man? Jack Fagan likes to shear him quick here on the front stand, and he's getting a good cut too. Cross the shoulder and down and out to the flank. Oh, what's he getting out in 56 seconds to? How did that go?
Oh, Jack Fagan, he is a master. He's been groomed up in the right way and he's using it. We've got young Tude down here on stand number 6. He runs in. Look at these guys. They're probably the average age up there is probably 21, 22. That's a great future we have, ladies and gentlemen, for our industry. Here we go. Belly comes flying out the back down here on stand number 6. Jack Fagan, ladies and gentlemen. Jack Fagan steps up the neck. Oh, that girl says, hang on, bait. I want to keep my wool. We've got Brett Roberts here on stand number 4. Up the neck he goes. He's a big, strong, moldy boy. Got the Taumoko arm. And in a couple more sheep, ladies and gentlemen, you'll start seeing these guys sweat, Gerald.
Sweat they will be, because it's as hot as toast up here under the lights. The mighty Jack Fagan. He is stealing the lights at the moment, and onto the last shoulder he drifts of the second sheep, doing really, really well through the competitions, went into the open grade as a real youngster, and he is really building all of his tools and all of his experience in the lights now, and very close to putting the last piece of the jigsaw in there, and that's all it is. Can be just the odd stroke here and there before you can miss out or not make out in the big open finals. He dives in for number 3. Peter Jackson from Palmerston North. Palmy, down he comes. Who's that man down there? Brent Roberts. Of course, he won the senior here 2 years ago, ladies and gentlemen. And we want to hear some noise for another one of your man, Ethan Pankhurst. He was on the top podium here last year, I think it was, for the senior. So this is a super duper event for him. This is what it's all about. Get them exposure of huge crowds and mixing and mingling with some of these great up and coming shearers. I tell you what else you want to know a wee bit more. The time points, they lose 1 point every 20 seconds, and that stays the same all day long. And then these board points are for the judges on the board, and every time they click it, that's a second cut. That gets divided by the number of sheep they're shearing, which would be 1/6 of a point. And then there's some judges out the back that judges the body wall. So keep an eye on that. The outside's not there to keep it as a bit of a surprise. But that's what's going on. There's three facets here, ladies and gentlemen. But at this time of the night, we love the speed. The boys love the speed. It's testosterone. It's a skiting thing, John. They're just going to get into it as Jack Fagan brings the head forward.
Stand 6. Turuhuri Edmonds. He says, don't you count me out. I might be down in the cheap seat, but I am just pumping down there, and he's sure extremely well in the elimination rounds as well. Is this young mother-to-be going to sit for him and let me remove a night dress? Down the first off leg he goes, around the big undermine shots, 2 good, 3 up over the tail. He's going to get a fast last side as Martini Mason comes out the last leg here on stand number 3. Sheep 3, sheep 4 on the board for Peter Jackson. Sheep 4 half Sean there for Brent Roberts. I think young Brent's hit the front here. The big powerful young man from down in the deep south, Matara, rocking up onto the last side. Ethan Pankhurst, he's got to pull the old stopper out now and let go of the brakes because he's still got an extra sheep in the pen as Jack Fagan's having a bit of a battle up here in the front. It's going to be between 4 and 6 at the moment in the speed stakes. Under the shoulder and down out to the flank comes the Matara. What about Rarahi? How you doing down there? There must be some of your fun out here as well. Out the last leg for Turuhuia. Here goes Brent's down the portal for Edmonds. Oh, she's getting close down there to bar.
Change of steel on stand number 6, ladies and gentlemen. If you know Tootie Edmonds from Ratahi, give him a little bit of support because now's the time when the lungs start burning, the eyes start watering, and he's trying to gasp for breath. This Brett Roberts, the only South Islander in the crowd, off the neck he goes. Any South Islanders here, get him behind young Brett Roberts. He's the rose amongst the thorns. Round the head he goes, he's dropping him to the long blow. Tootie Edmonds changed the handpiece and he's lagged a little wee bit behind. But this young boy Roberts, he's just out of this world, Gerald.
He's out of Matara, ladies and gentlemen, the Justin Marshall country. He brushes the cheek wall clear. Down he goes. You've got to be tough to come out of there. Tough and skilled. Onto the last shoulder. He's only got one left standing in the pen, ladies and gentlemen. On the journey home he goes now. The money side, they call it. This is when they would normally get paid. It's a very honest day's work when you're a sheep shearer. I can tell you that. You only get paid now for likes of Brett Roberts. He's not worried about that. His big payday is coming. There we go. It's the last one arrives, but oh, John, we're going to have a bit of fun on this last one. Turai Edmonds is right up his tail.
He certainly is, and he's loving it. Brent Roberts got the jump on him on that pen. He goes down the first off leg now. Who saved the best to last? I think it might be young Roberts as he rocks up the top there and takes the old cap off the peak and rolls up the neck, and Edmonds is 4 or 5 shots behind him. Jack Fagan got number 6 on the board. Jackson's about 3 shots away. Mason trying to put the finishing touches to the money side of the sheep on stand number 3. Up the long blow comes Roberts, so into the long blow goes Edmonds. Who's going to get it? Ethan Bankhurst has still got a bit of work to do down on 5. Come on, Masterton, you need to pump these boys along, but it's going to be Brent Roberts coming across the shoulder on the last side. Here he comes, under the shoulder. Look at him go, easy all the way. 2 Edmonds is coming at him, but not good enough for Brent Roberts here. The young man from the deep south. Look out! Here comes stand 6. Oh, it was close. Jack Fagan up the front, coming across the last side. Woo. Boy, these fellows are pumping 6 and 50 odd there for those 2 young shearers down on 4 and 6. Jack Fagan reaches out that last lead, trying to keep the job right as well. You know that all those points up there on the board, hey, they're keeping them low. If they're low there, they've perhaps got the good low job outside as well.
Oh, yeah, it's all good, but we've got Martini Mason, a local boy. He's toiling away. Look at the sweat starting to come off him. And both these boys are the up-and-coming. That's why they're here. And, of course, they have to head away to the shed for a couple of 3 years. Peter Jackson from Palmy's wrapped up. Give it up for Mason. That leaves your man, Ethan Pankhurst. He's already got a Golden Shears title. He will be more than happy to take the experience home with him. It'll be exceptionally valuable as he does the last and finishing touches, ladies and gentlemen. Give it up for the TUI event.
It's an instant prize giving, so gentlemen, hang about. An instant prize giving.
Where's Brett? Instant prize giving, guys, so just hang around. Mr. Brett Roberts, you were the fastest man. You want to come and talk to me for a wee second? We'll pop myself down here. All the way from Matara. You're flying the flag well. How do you think you went?
Not too bad. Just have to wait and see now.
Yeah, I was just explaining to the audience that we've got, there's three facets. The inside job's going to be clean. But hey, look, the speed stakes at this time of the night and, all the showmanship. What have we got here? We've got 600 or 700 people. It's all good fun, isn't it?
Yeah, it's good fun. Good event.
All good. Done job. Okay, good luck. Good luck, guys. Hope it all goes well for you. We'll know in a few minutes or so of just who has taken the top podium spot. But once again, a tremendous occasion for these guys. And they'll take that lesson home.
Isn't it wonderful how we have these monitors here? Like everything is just so much more upgraded nowadays. You've got to love the computer age. And a lot of these young fellas, they're not interested in iPads and playing all these games online, sitting on Wi-Fi. These guys here, they like to get out and get dirty, get sweaty. And as you can see them, ladies and gentlemen, they are sweating. They've just shown their hearts out for you. And I think Brett Roberts actually did enough to win that, but we'll have to see what the judges out the back think. Okay, we're just waiting on Kieran.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have the results of the TUI Encouragement Invitation Shearing. To present the awards and to speak on behalf of Golden Shears, the President of Golden Shears, Mr. Philip Morrison.
Thanks, Kieran. Well, at last, I think we've hit on a winning formula for this event, the TUI Invitation, and to have these young open shearers compete up here tonight gives them a chance on the Saturday night to be on the board. Just watch for a year or two, they'll be possibly in the open final, one or two of these guys. But many thanks to TUI for their sponsorship for this event, and we'll just wish all you guys the best.
First place had penalty points of 28.3. Second place had penalty points of 30.
If I bring you guys up, I'll let you.
First place receiving $300. Please put your hands together for Brett Roberts. Congratulations, Brett, all the way from Matota to Masterton, and now it's all been worth it.
Yeah, I'd just like to thank TUI, all the committee and sheep farmer for the sheep and all the judges. Cheers, thank you.
Second place and $200. He's continuing the family name, Jack Fagan. Third place and $200, Peter Jackson. Fourth place and $200, give it up for Turi Edmonds. Let's hear it for your hometown boy, Martini Mason. And sixth place Also from Masterton, Ethan Pankhurst. Thank you very much. Whilst they're taking the photos and we prepare for the next event, I'd now like to bring on the entertainment, the Hui Rua Brothers.
Our FMG advisor was a stock agent in a previous employment, and so he knows an awful lot about
things like motorbikes and shooting guns and
motors, pumps, things on the farm, the odd building, the odd damage.
But he worked for 5 years for me and never had a day off. So, and you won't get that with the workforce today. But he's a very good young fella, but a bit windy.
Doesn't smell at all. Maybe a little bit sweet.
At FMG, we don't sell through brokers. So we aren't working for commissions. We're working for you.
Yeah, what I like about them is that there is no middleman or broker trying to make a cut.
Ask around about us or call 0800 366 466. FMG, we're here for the good of the country.
There's something in our primary sector that can grow everything. It's growing Tony and Shona's business and Daniel's confidence. It's growing Harriet's skills and Duncan's productivity. It's growing Lance's sense of pride and Blair's management skills. It's growing Anaru's career prospects and Kylie's bottom line. It's also growing our industry and New Zealand. It's the one thing that grows everything. Knowledge. Find out how industry training can provide you with the knowledge to grow.
New Zealand versus Australia in the Woolhandling. At the moment, it's 1-0 to New Zealand. So far, we got New Zealand team, our Australian team up. If you guys can make your way, we got the manager, we got 3 shearers.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, give it up for your New Zealand team of shearers. Would you like us to go first, Jenna? Right, I'll hand you over to the manager of the squad, Sam Saunders. Good to have you up here. Sam, I'll give you the mic so you can introduce all the shearers and the likes.
Oh, good evening, everybody. It's great to be up here tonight. And our team here, we have Tony Costa. He's been around a wee while, been to a number of these events. Haynes, who's a newcomer to the block, and so is Troy Piper. Both up-and-coming shearers, and they've got a lot to give, and I'm sure they'll give it their all tonight. And also, too, we have our judge, Peter Black, from the South Island.
Thank you very much, Sam. Over to you, Tuma.
Thank you, Gerald. Over here, I'm with Dave Grant, ladies and gentlemen. He is the manager of this pretty striking Australian team. We've got a fair bit of firepower. Dave, I'll let you introduce your guys.
Yeah, just before I do that, I'd like to thank a few people. Our journey over here started on Monday. We went up to Palmerston North and attended the pre-shears course. I'd really like to thank Ian Hopkirk for putting it on. The trainers who attended, Dean DeHuer, Sam Welch, Murray Henderson, and Gavin Munch turned up too. And it was great to see him out there, and he gave a lot of help to the guys. Thank you very much for the dinner that was provided on Wednesday night for most of the team that were here. I really appreciate that, and it was a lovely meal. And just a few sponsors back home I'd like to thank before we start. AWI for sponsoring a lot of shows over in Australia. They're a great help, and a lot of in-shed training and running a lot of shearing schools. It's been fantastic. Prime Super, and also stock owners who help out Australian sports shear a lot. So thank you very much to them. Rightio, first of all, I'd like to start off with Justin Dolphin, who's represented Australia 3 times so far. And quite a competent shearer and all-round nice guy. Just Shannon Warnest, who's no stranger to everyone over here. He's just about probably got a house somewhere over here, I'd say. He's represented Australia 10 times, 2 times world champion. And loves a bit of hunting and fishing, as we all know. Daniel McIntyre, who's represented Australia about 6 times. He's our current Australian champion. And he has been now for 2 years in a row, and another fantastic bloke. All these great blokes, and I've had the chance to get to know in the last week or so. It's been fantastic. And we've got our manager, Barry Hammonds, all the way from Charleville, Queensland. He's had a great week over here. He's done a couple of shows up around Palmerston North, and had a great time. Thank you very much, and good luck to the Kiwis.
Thank you, Grant. Okay, if we'd like everyone up standing, please, for the national anthems.